welcome back to another episode of 20 Below. We are back playing The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. Last time we played, we met the protagonist and this other character, Joshua, who our father abducted, or adopted. And now we are finishing our exam to become a bracer. We must make our first orbment, so let's talk to this guy, whatever his name was again, and make our orbment. Oh, good work so far. If you need to use the orbital factory, give Freddy a holler over there. Oh, guess we gotta talk to Freddy. Right, now we gotta... Well, let's talk to you first. Hi there, it looks like you two are doing well in your training. If you would like to modify your orbments, please select the Modify Trade service. Right, Modify Trade. And we got 20 of each. Let's go to slots, Estelle. Alright, we got one slot open, so let's go to quartz. And we will give you, so we got defense up, which gives us defense plus 5, HP 1, or defense 1, HP 1 gives us HP plus 5%. And fire element gives us strength plus 5 and defense minus 5. The wind gives us agility plus 1, and the time gives us speed plus 10, but they said that Joshua needs to use the time one, so we will give Estelle the earth. And oh, I'm making them. I thought I don't know what I was thinking of. So we'll just make them all then. But we'll still give Estelle the earth. And Joshua has to use the action. So Estelle, we have yours for your open slot. How do I put it on? Maybe I don't do it with you. I have to go into the menu. Those are characters for Estelle. And there's Joshua. Anyway, orbment, and then I will give you the defense like I said I would. And that also gives us the stone hammer ability, and Joshua has to use time, so he has to use the action which give him clock up and soul blur, which speeds up the flow of time, speed plus 25, and emits a time space shaking pulse, which gives a 20% chance of faint. And this stone hammer drops a large boulder on enemies, which does damage, but doesn't say how much damage it does. Alright, so that's that. Let's talk to you again. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Install quartz into your orbment so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment tab in the main menu, which we've already done because I don't follow directions well. Are you gonna make me use the HP one? Alright, looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Okay, so you are going to make me use the HP one then. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you would like to use more powerful quartz, check out the arts and quartz chart in your bracer's notebook and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use this synth and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. And we got the synth to open the slot, so let's do that. I guess Open that one for you, and we'll... I guess we can open one slot. Alright. And we'll install a quartz. And I am going to give you the defense this time, which also, because we have the defense and the HP, we now have, well, tier, which was from the HP, heals 200 HP for an ally, and Aqua Bleed shoots a heavy stream of water at enemies, and also the Stone Hammer again. So the HP one gave us the tier and the Aqua Bleed, and the Stone Hammer, or the Earth gives us the Stone Hammer. I see you've managed to open one of your ordnance slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the Qualification Test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ah, haha, now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along these lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracers Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean, like, now? I don't know if I'm ready for... How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me. Mr. Meldors, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with your test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shira? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? Yeah, I feel like she just said that they weren't going to do a paper test. But, you know, Estelle's kind of dumb. You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer's notebook, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. O divine Adeus, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All these horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like a grand memory indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine what kind of homework I have in store for both of you. Haha, we'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. We received Tear Bomb ×3, which is a healing item, and a monster guide. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shira. Well, we'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock this test. Let's. Don't forget, though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright, here we are in the sewers, our first dungeon area, where we will fight real monsters. That appears to be recovery points set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging any further battles. Orbit charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, an exclamation mark will appear and two choices will display. By pressing the OK button, by selecting the rest option, all HP and EP will be restored. Sounds like a plan to me. So yes, we can recover stuff, but we don't need to right now. And here's our first enemy. Monster, 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They'll become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of a battle will change depending on how a monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. And our first battle hint. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Alright, so let's attack. Hint. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move. If you are using a mouse and click an empty location, the highlighted area indicated the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in this area will move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range, an arrow icon will appear on your cursor. Selecting an out-of-range target will move the character as close to it as possible, but no attack will be performed. So we're going to attack this dirty rat. Alright, now Joshua, you will attack the dirty rat. Nailed it. And now, see, there's an arrow with a line through it, so he's out of range, so he'll move, but he won't attack. And now you will move in, and the same thing will happen. And now we will kill it. And one more attack. Oh, no, never mind. You're too far away. Now you'll attack the dirty rat. Done.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright. And we found a juicy bone. Let's keep it going. Oh, we got some monsters. Here come some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attack. Okay. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible, but they require time to be cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charging stations and other items like an EP charge. So we will have to use art. Hint. Arts are effective against foes which are difficult to hit with a weapon, or those on which physical attacks have little effect. It takes time before arts can be cast. Also, EP consumes when arts are cast. All arts have an element. Determine the element most effective against your foe and use it. So now we must use arts on these monsters here, this moth cluster, and it says elemental efficiency, which means every element type is pretty standard against this enemy. He is not vulnerable or invulnerable to any of them, so we will use our let's use our stone hammer against him, and you will use your soul blur against that one. Right, he's dead. Fantastic.
We're good to go.
And we found 2 crisp onions. Let's keep going through the sewer. And another dirty rat. Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that. Crafts have range limits but can be utilized instantly. CP is gained by dealing out or receiving damage during battle. And because we're attacking this enemy from behind, we get an advantage. Crafts are character-specific skills which not only deal out damage but also have a broad range of effects. Using crafts consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by dealing out or receiving damage in battle. So we'll go down to the crafts, and I guess he'll use morale because I don't have enough points for the other one.
Come on.
Alright, strength up. And we'll check out your craft. We'll use your dual strike. Alright. Beat that dirty rat. Oh, he attacked us. And, let's see. Well, you don't have enough for sever, so I guess we'll just do a regular attack. And you don't have enough for pummel, so once again, we'll just use a regular attack. We got a juicy bone and a curative horn. Okay, a rat over there. What's down here? A treasure chest. And we found a reviving bomb. And you can look in chests again, and each one kind of says something a little bit witty sometimes. This one says this chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. Alright, we found the contents of the chest. And that guy's there. What's down here? A door. This door appears to be locked. This door is rusted and appears to be locked. Alright, so we'll fight this dirty rat. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-craft or S-break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. These devastating attacks can be unleashed when the CP gauge is above 100. S-breaks are actions which allow S-crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. S-crafts, which are unleashed as S-breaks, can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-break within the main menu. So we'll attack you like regular, and that should fill up our... Oh, I missed. We'll attack you like regular, and that should fill up our craft meter, S-break. These are actions which allow S-crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. S-crafts which will be used as S-breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-break within the main menu. Press the red break button to unleash an S-break. An S-break cannot be unleashed under the no red condition. Now press the red break button and try unleashing an S-break. If you are using a keyboard, you may use the 1 through 4 number keys or the arrow keys to select it before unleashing it. Oh, I guess I have to click on it. There we go. I was like, why isn't it working? Alright, so we will use our S-break on you, which is Sever. You can also use it if you go into the crafts menu, it also appears there. Alright, attack. And this attack should increase yours. And I'll take care of you. And we'll use your S-break, which is Pummel.
Here I come.
Alright.
We're good to go.
And we got a curative horn and a juicy bone. Again.